Well, Sega has had their ups and downs over the last few years. I know recently I have reported on, Sonic games. Recently, profit-wise, they haven't been doing the greatest. I mean, the main one being the most recent Sonic game, or mainline Sonic game, Sonic Superstars. Yeah, that came out a little less than a year ago, and overall sales were not very good. Sega even recognized this in certain shareholder meetings. Sonic is kind of supposed to be their driving force at Sega. And while Sonic Frontiers performed pretty well in 2022, Sonic Superstars just didn't make the cut in 2023. So yeah, for the last few months, or the last year now at least, I don't know, things haven't been like totally positive when it comes to Sega and their profits. But with today's Q1 report that was released by Sega, we can kind of put any notion that Sega maybe isn't doing good to the side, because the report for the Q1 was just released, so this is their quarter, April, May, and June. So there were a lot of statistics that were reported on this, the main one though being that their income has surged by 181%. It's kind of weird because I am actually seeing that their sales actually declined by just over 3%, but their profit, their income increased by a ton. That could be due to a lot of different factors. Now, the main one that stuck out, the main one that a lot of people talked about, is Rovio. This is the company that is most known for making Angry Birds. Now, Sega bought them pretty much exactly a year ago from now. I know some of this could probably be from in-app purchases from Angry Birds and other Rovio games. This obviously is showing that their purchase of Rovio, which was for over $700 million at the time, yeah, it definitely is paying off, and overall in the long run, it really will pay off. Now, another thing that was noted as a very big driving force for profit was Shin Megami Tensei V. This is a 2021 game, and they actually just in June released an expanded version of it. I believe it was available on more consoles than the previous, or at least that's kind of what it's sounding like. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not extremely familiar with Shin Megami Tensei, but it turns out I'm out of the loop. I guess this is a huge series. That expanded version that I talked about, that sold 500,000 copies within the first 3 days of its release in June. That is crazy. And a lot of people also talked about Persona and Yakuza. A lot of those series have been making a lot of money. So yeah, a lot of these Sega IPs deserve credit. Mainly the two that stick out are Shin Megami Tensei and Rovio, really any Rovio IP, mainly Angry Birds. And it should be noted too, Sonic has the Sonic 3 movie that is going to be released in about 4 months now in December. It's kind of crazy that nowadays a huge revenue source of the Sonic IP actually comes from their movies. But yeah, I mean, the first two movies were a huge hit. The third one, no doubt, is going to bring in a ton of profit. So overall, things are looking great at Sega. I definitely got to check out the Shin Megami Tensei IP or series. I guess I'm out of the loop there. But yeah, big takeaway from me is that their purchase of Rovio for $750 million just last year is really turning out to pay off. I mean, I am seeing that Rovio contributed to $59 million worth of revenue for Sega just in this quarter. Yeah, it's insane. I definitely don't think Sega is regretting their decision to buy Rovio.